Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. So what does food mean to you? This week, my special guest is celebrity fitness trainer Frankie Alvarado. Frankie's based in LA, and Frankie also has a fitness app that I've been using. I think it's like my second week, and it's been going great. It's really convenient. I can use it at home or at the gym. So we're going to learn all about his new fitness app, and I'm going to read an excerpt from my book, my latest book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, Diaries, Seasons. And this excerpt is an end of August excerpt from my book, and it's about a trip to a little town in Italy called Fiumicino, and I give a recipe for a dish called Fritto Misto, which is actually mixed seafood, fried and lightly breaded. So stay with me. And this is an excerpt from an August 29th trip, and it includes a recipe you may be able to use for Labor Day. It's titled Fritto Misto and a Visit to Fiumicino. An unexpected 4-hour flight delay that turned into an exploration of old world scenery and flavors was just what I needed before I left the Eternal City. The Roman sun was shining brightly. People were hurrying to the beach. Why did I have to leave? I'm always up for finding the old world beauty that still exists amid modern shops. This unexpected 4-hour flight delay that turned into an exploration of old world scenery and flavors. And find it I did. Not far from the airport of Fiumicino is an old town by the same name. After locating a parking space in front of fishermen fixing their nets in preparation for the day's catch, I quickly searched for a coffee bar and the perfect cappuccino. Not all cappuccinos are equal, and to really savor the best wake-up experience, you must know which coffee is the perfect one. The brand is usually advertised on the door of the coffee bar. Walking up and down the little town, sun shining, boats of the fishermen in view, I finally found it on Via della Spiaggia, a coffee bar that's also a tiny restaurant. Once the cappuccino kicked in and I woke up, I rushed to two of the most famous restaurants in town, known of course for fresh fish dishes delivered daily by local fishermen, hoping to grab a quick lunch before the flight. Ristorante Bastianelli and Zepina have been around since the 1920s and have become historic landmarks here. Unfortunately, neither would open until 1 p.m., so I'd have to wait until the next visit. Fiumicino is quaint and close to the beach and port. One stalls of fresh fish line the streets, and a large produce and fish market still remains, along with many takeaway places where you can get fresh seafood dishes like fritto misto, mixed seafood, breaded, lightly fried, and served in a brown paper cone. I got a cone of fritto misto to fortify me for my journey. In terms of architecture, the town hall is an incredible mix of old world and modern. The building includes an unusual piazza in the form of a trapezoid with variable elevations that offer a shifting view of the surrounding river and sea. Since piazzas are typically meeting places, a cafe or coffee bar is at mid-level of the trapezoid, but it also includes spots where you can sit down, relax, and take in a bit of La Dolce Vita by the sea. Here's an easy recipe to create your own fritto misto, and hey, do a Fiumicino stay vacation in your own home with this fritto misto. So you're going to use 1 pound of fresh calamari cleaned, 1 pound of firm fleshed fresh fish cut into uniform pieces, 3/4 pound of shrimp shelled, 3/4 cup of peanut or sunflower oil for frying, 2.5 cups of flour, a pinch of salt. Clean the fish, place the flour in a large plastic bag. Put the seafood in the bag, seal it, and toss it until the seafood is coated. Remove from the bag and shake off the excess flour. Heat oil in a deep frying pan for approximately 3 to 4 minutes. Fry the seafood until golden brown. Remove with a slotted spoon and let drain on brown paper to absorb excess oil. Serve with a garnish of fresh parsley and lemon slices. Yum. That will make a great Labor Day, or really any day, dish. Enjoy. And today we have with us Frankie Alvarado. He's a celebrity fitness trainer, and he's got some great tips for people that want to gain, not really just gain weight, but body mass, and also eating tips, and just a lot of, I thought he'd be able to give my audience a lot of fitness tips today. And Frankie's in Los Angeles, so I don't know if I mentioned that. So Frankie, thank you so much for being with us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So you were telling me this interesting story about how you got started especially helping females, figure out how to gain body mass. So why don't you tell us that? That was an interesting story, how you helped a friend.
So so it started with a close friend of mine, right? So post breakup, we all lose weight, our appetite's killed, right? So it was kind of the time to do something about it and build her confidence back up is what it was. So I was a trainer. I was a trainer before then for about 2 to 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I knew, what it would take for us to transform in the next 12 weeks, and that was going to get her to eat. But in order for her to eat, she would have to lift consistently, right? So I was like, okay, let's see what we can do for the next 12 weeks, Before then, like I said, I was one of my favorite things to do was leg days with girls. So I love to do leg days, help girls out. It was really more focused on dancers' physiques.
Oh,
Before
okay.
we really got into building booties. So she was the first transformation where I was like, wow, we can actually. The reason why the booty caught my eye was because of the confidence it gave her at the end of the 12 weeks. So, and what a lot of girls don't know when they're struggling to gain weight is you have a very fast metabolism. So it's going to be easier for you to eat high calorie plates, tasty meals, your favorite foods, right? You trying to focus on a diet is going to be a lot harder, as in like you're eating cleaner foods, you're carrying very less calories. And it's going to take more for you to eat those than it would if you ate like a Chipotle burrito, or you know what I'm saying? There's still good ways to find a healthier versions of these tasty meals.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I went with her. I was like, hey, you just need to eat. You need to keep your protein at your body weight, and you just need to find ways to get your calories in, because you need to be in a surplus in order to gain weight, right? So she was I think she started at 97 pounds. By the end of 12 weeks, she was 125 pounds. She had a phenomenal physique, hourglass figure, right? Like all the girls like today. And she had a booty. So her confidence went through the roof. And that was literally from lifting 3 times a week and eating her favorite foods. And those favorite foods allowed her to carry high calories in her plates, which was easier for her to get the amount of calories she needed to be in a surplus. So that's kind of where I've gone with the girls today in my niche. And I do also help women that want to build a booty, but also want to lose weight, because you can do that. Building muscle, is always the answer. So whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, it just depends on your diet. So anybody that's trying to gain weight, which is what my niche is today with building a booty, is I just have them eat their favorite foods,
Well, wait a minute. When you say eat their favorite foods, do you mean things like do you mean like French fries and cheeseburgers, or no?
To a point. I tell them to keep a limit on that, because at the end of the day, I want people to know that your fitness journey is a lifestyle. It doesn't need to be this strict diet all the time. If you're someone that's trying to lose weight, you are in a different story, obviously, right? But for somebody that's trying to gain weight, it's like, obviously you don't want your everyday to be pizza and burgers, right? So I tell them. So In my app, actually, I have meals made. I put meals together that are still gonna, like, the carbs are gonna carry a little more calories, but you're still
Uh-huh.
eating some vegetables. You're still eating good protein, right? So it's like
Uh-huh.
finding a balance in between. I guess finding a balance is what it is.
Yes.
Because like I say, like on the weekends, you're gonna go out, have some drinks. You're not gonna stop girls from going out to have drinks or
Right.
eat their favorite food. So I'm like, on the
Yes.
weekends, go do that. But
Right,
obviously,
right.
85% of your week, you want to have more of the cleaner whole foods, right?
Right,
Um,
right.
but it's
Yeah,
just finding little ways to add more calories into those plates, is what it is.
right, exactly. That's what I meant. And I guess it's important to, like, if you're eating all that stuff in order to gain it as muscle to do the exercising, because if not, right, it just sits there and then you gain it
Mhm.
or like
Yeah,
fat.
you're
It's
giving your
not
body, you're giving your body a reason to respond, and that's by tearing down your muscles. So
right, right.
you breaking apart your muscles are going to be the ones to ask for that food, and then every time you feed your muscles, they're going to continue growing, and that's just how your appetite continues to build.
So when you to build muscle mass, it's really about the weight training, not the aerobic or the cardio. Because I've been feeling the cardio, aerobic, treadmill, running, that type of stuff. That's you're not building really.
No, so those are completely two different things, which is what I really have to tell the girls today that struggle to gain weight, because they will go
Right,
hop on the cardio machine thinking it's
right.
something in that way. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
no, you have a cardio. Think about it as you have a cardio machine inside of your body, right? So what you're doing, you're not even to start off, as in, like, if they are starting off, around 100, 115 pounds, right? And this is the beginning of their journey and they're hopping on the
Right.
cardio machines, they're just burning more calories that they already don't have. That's
Uh,
all they do. That's all cardio does, is just burn calories, right?
uh-huh.
So weight training is what's going to allow you to eat more, which is going to feed your muscles. So muscle is put on by weight training and food, but then you
Mhm.
can control the amount of fat that comes on that with the food you're eating, with the diet
Right,
you're eating.
right. Ah,
And cardio is just used to burn more calories. So say a woman's trying to lose weight and she's 500 calories over her amount for the day, she can go hop
right.
on the cardio machine and burn 500 calories.
Right. But I noticed, like, if you do a lot of cardio, you lose weight, but you don't get that muscle. You just don't,
Exactly. So
right?
it's kind of like, it's funny to say this, but this is a good example. So think about it as, so whenever people just focus more on the cardio side of things and don't
Right,
are not working to replace, because you need to replace that fat, right, with
right,
something.
right.
It's like sticking a hose in you and sucking out all the fat. What are you going to look like?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
exactly,
That's
exactly.
it's the same thing. So it's like it's gonna take more, it's gonna take a longer process of you having to build the mass, because you're probably gonna need to go through a phase where you're gonna gain for a little bit still, so you can gain
Uh-huh.
muscle mass. But then
Right.
once you start cutting your weight, you will see your skin tightening up. Now you can still tighten up your skin versus you're just working to diet and cardio and lose all the fat, then
Uh-huh.
you're not
You're
gonna look
losing.
tight.
Exactly. And how many days a week should people be like weight training? Is this an every day of the week thing, every other day?
So I have my clients max 3 times a week, because your muscles grow off of rest as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can only hit your lower body 3 times a week, but then on their off days, so like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is our routine.
Uh-huh.
And then Tuesday and Thursday, they can do upper body if they'd like. Or a
Okay.
lot of girls I have do Pilates here in LA. Pilates is pretty popular.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so they'll do Pilates to work on mobility, core, because the girls are crazy
Yeah.
about their abs. So that's basically it. I mean, some girls work out 4 times a week, some girls work out 5 times a week, but you can
Right.
only lift your lower body 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Okay. Well, that sounds great. So I know you mentioned you have an app. Do you have an app that
Yeah.
people can go to? Or so tell us about that and how people can
Yeah,
find.
so that actually just launched in July, beginning of or July 1st. It's in
Uh-huh.
the App Store and Google Store. So
Okay.
there's still so much to add to it. But no, it's there for the sorry, the programs that are in the app are the
Uh-huh.
at-home program, the in-gym program, and then there's a subscription where
Uh-huh.
you get unlimited exercises, you get nutrition, you get tracking your progress. You'll get a community inside of there as well, so there'll be
Uh-huh.
different channels.
Right.
We're making like little fun channels like the barbell roll challenge or like share your success, and the girls will post, introduce yourself, just stuff
Uh-huh.
to get the community
Oh
going.
yeah, community.
Yeah, and you can make friends through that app and stuff like that. So
Oh,
it's
that's
pretty
great.
cool. There's just so much to add to it. And then there's whole, like I said, there's a whole nutrition side. I'm creating menus.
Uh-huh.
So right now I have a gaining weight menu. So it's
Uh-huh.
like you click into the menu and you can just see, like I said, high calorie plates. Uh,
Right.
and then I'm also adding a maintenance menu. So you will go in there and you will have the plates of like cleaner foods, like
Right.
a full plate of whole foods. So like say Brussels sprouts, rice, and a protein, right? A meat
Right.
or whatever it
Meter.
is.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so just building that, the nutrition part is huge. It's the biggest part, right? So
Right.
really working on getting that bigger, just offering more for, weight loss and gaining weight. So everything you guys need. My point of this app is to solve all your problems, so there's no excuses on why you can't do it. So
Exactly. Oh
so
wow, that sounds
we'll actually have like Instacart links and stuff like that as well. So if you
wow.
don't know what to shop for, or you don't know how to keep, kind of just like a cheaper shopping cart,
Exactly.
we're gonna make those for you. So like if you're going to Sprouts, if you're going to Whole Foods, wherever you are, whatever grocery stores, we're gonna try to get as many grocery stores as we can and make
Right.
carts for, to get on the cheaper side of things and get
Right.
everything you need.
That's great. That's great. So it's kind of like an all-in-one thing, and it makes fitness, really easy but fun too,
Mhm.
because there's a community there. It sounds
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
so it's
just a place
everything's
you
there.
can go and, meet new people,
Exactly, and
meet
hang
people
out.
that are also on their journey too. So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Share stories. That's great.
Mhm.
Frankie, do you also have a website?
Yeah, peachgains.com. So what that is now all the equipment you need to build your booty at
Exactly.
home in gym. And then now we also have yoga sets as well.
Oh, that's great. That's
Mhm.
great. So what's your website again?
Peachgains.com.
Oh, beachgains.com. Okay, I'll try and put that on my website too for my listeners so they'll see that. That's
Mhm.
great. So the app is on Google Store, and then they can also go to your website, beachgains.com. So
Mhm.
if anybody wants to find you, I guess they can find you through those two things, right? Your app and beachgains.com. That's
Yeah, and
great.
then my Instagram as well. Yeah, the
Yeah.
app is in the Apple Store and Google Store. And
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, and then peachgains.com is the store for like all the booty bands and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
Everything you need to do the programs that we put together in the app.
Exactly. And
Uh,
Instagram. You mentioned Instagram too, so
yeah,
people can
Instagram,
find
and
you.
then Peachgains has the Instagram as well.
That's great. Great. All right. Well, Frankie, thank you so much for being here, and keep us posted on anything else in the future, any other updates. And we'll post this on my website also for any of my listeners that want to find you.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Great.
Excited
All right. I
to
am
see you
too.
face.
Thanks for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show. And thanks to my producer, Britton Roselle, and this week's special guest, celebrity fitness trainer, Frankie Alvarado. And let's see, you can find my book. I read an excerpt from my book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking Diaries Seasoned. You can find my book on Amazon and Kindle and Barnes & Noble, and really anywhere books are sold. You can also find it at artoflivingprimamedia.com and marialiberati.com. You can also find me at marialiberati.com and the marialiberatyshow.com, the basic art of Italian cooking.com, on Twitter at Maria Liberati, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on LinkedIn at M Liberati, on Pinterest at Maria Liberati. My Roku channel, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking by Maria Liberati on Roku, and my Vimeo channel, which is the Maria Liberati channel, and on YouTube, the Maria Liberati channel. And let's see, on Zeno Media, The Basic Art of radio station. And let's see, you can also find me. I am going to be at Valley Forge Convention Center in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania for the Philly Taste Show. It's so much wine and food and anything you can think of, but there's so much wine and food there to taste. So please join me. I'll be one of the celebrity chefs there in October, and also Taste of Lancaster, which is coming up in November. And you can just Google Taste of Lancaster, Taste of Philly shows, or just go to my website and you'll find more information on those shows. Hope to see you there. I'll be doing a book signing and cooking demo with lots of other celebrity chefs. And this is such a fun show. I'm so glad we're having it again this year. They have not been able to have it for 2 years, but we will be there in October and November in Lancaster. So please join us. Hope to see you there. And if you have any questions about the show, please feel free to email me at maria@marialiberati.com. And if you get a chance to try my Fritto Misto, please share a photo and hashtag it The Maria Liberati Show, and we'll share it on my website, themarialiberatishow.com, and social media. And until next time, peace, love, and pasta.